What's up, investors? It's the Russian Dude, and this is your daily update on Russian-Ukrainian war. Today, we're going to talk about Russia selecting the date when they're planning to end this war, as well as President Zelensky response whether Ukraine is ready to give up Crimea and Donbass. In addition to that, we'll briefly overview other major events that happened recently. Some person tried to escape Odessa, Ukraine, and I guess he or she didn't see the roadblocks. And basically this is the result. In this video you can see destroyed university in Irpin, Ukraine. And in this video you can see the condition of the city of Nezhin, Ukraine. It has been reported that Russian soldiers, officers and generals are told to end the war before May 9th. And the reason why this date was selected, it is because every May 9th there is a victory parade on the Red Square celebrating the anniversary of defeating Nazis in Second World War. Which basically means that Russia obviously doesn't want to be engaged in any war when this parade is supposed to happen. Here we can see the consequences of missile strikes against civilian apartments in Kharkov, Ukraine. In this video you can see civilian Ukrainians protesting the soldiers from Russian army. These are approximate consequences after the first month of bombing of Mariupol, Ukraine. According to this information, Mariupol has lost 90% of its infrastructure, around 2,340 residential apartment buildings, 61,200 residential buildings, 57 schools and 70 kindergartens. And these are the consequences after a month of Russian bombardment in Kharkov, Ukraine. Approximately 1,410 buildings, 69 schools and 53 kindergartens were destroyed. This picture is from the city of Lysychansk, which is located in Lugansk region. And this video shows the current condition of the city of Irpin, Ukraine. South Ossetia, which is on the border between Russia and Georgia, highlighted in yellow on this map, wants to a referendum whether they want to join Russia or not. It is expected that this referendum will happen after presidential elections in South Ossetia, which are planned to be on April 10th. These are the pictures from Kharkov, Ukraine. This is the drone footage of completely destroyed city of Mariupol, Ukraine. In this video we can see the first responders cleaning the debris of the government building in Nikolaev, Ukraine, which was previously destroyed by Russian missile. And in this video we can see Ukrainian anti-aircraft missile hitting Russian drone. Some Russian soldiers were spotted trying to buy McDonald's in Ukraine. And I mean, it kinda makes sense because there is no more McDonald's in Russia. And in this video presented by the Ministry of Defense of Russia, we can see ballistic missiles called Iskander in action. And here we can see soldiers from Donetsk destroying allegedly the base of Ukrainian Nazis. The highway which connects Kiev and Warsaw has been reportedly mined, and in this video we can see drivers trying to not kill themselves. The president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, mentioned that there will be no discussions, no compromises about the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine, which basically means that yes, even though both sides preliminarily agreed that Ukraine will no longer try to get back Crimea as a part of its territories using military means, it can still do it through diplomatic relations. Based on this response by President Zelensky, I think that we can expect that Ukraine will continue to try to get back Crimea, but using diplomatic means. For the last week, Russian currency ruble has been strengthening against the US dollar. For example, not that long time ago, in order to buy $1, you had to pay 140 Russian rubles. And as of today, the exchange rate is approximately 85 rubles per dollar. The ministers of foreign affairs of Russia and China, Sergei Lavrov and Wang Li, have met this week. And the topic of their discussion was obviously the situation in Ukraine. A civilian neighborhood in Donetsk was under attack earlier today. Last week, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay and Google Pay stopped working on the territory of Russia. And in response to that, the biggest bank in Russia, called Sberbank, started introducing its own payment system called SB Pay. Canada is now planning to waive visa requirements for Ukrainians. Booking.com now allows Ukrainian refugees to book their stays with as little as 50% discounts. And in some cases you can even book your stay completely for free. You just need to pay some fees and taxes. By the end of 2020, Germany was receiving 66% of its gas from Russia. At this very moment, Russia is the second biggest crude oil exporter, which basically means, according to some experts, in case Western countries refuse refuse to purchase Russian oil, this can potentially bring the price per barrel all the way up to $200 or even $300. In this video we can see Russian soldiers giving out humanitarian support to the residents of Kherson, Ukraine. One of Samsung's smartphones used to be called Galaxy Z, and obviously because of most recent events in Ukraine they had to rename their phone, and now it's simply called Galaxy Fold 3. In this map we can see countries that Russia considers to be unfriendly, and if you want to see more details, feel free to pause the video. Since many international car companies started leaving Russian market, the prices for remaining cars started to skyrocket, and among such car leaders are cars manufactured by a Russian company called Lada, which prices increased all the way up to 40 or even 50%. Following Germany's example, Bulgaria and Austria also refused to pay for Russian gas with Russian rubles. The Central Bank of Russia increased its interest rate all the way from 9.5% to 20% February 28th. And because of this, all the mortgage applications which were received before the interest rate hike will be cancelled, which basically means that now all the Russians who want to apply for a mortgage will have to pay 18.6% interest rate. As a result of Russian-Ukrainian talks which happened this Tuesday in Turkey, Ukraine said that it is ready to become a neutral country for as long as there are security guarantees. And one of the first countries which volunteered to become a security guarantor for Ukraine became Germany, which basically means in case there is a military intervention in the territory of Ukraine after it announced its neutrality status, Germany will have to send weapons and close airspace and help the country. Since the beginning of military operation in Ukraine, the Moscow Stock Exchange remained closed for 3 weeks. After it remained closed for so long, several securities finally started to be offered to be traded, and among the first securities were government bonds and treasuries. After this, 33 biggest blue chip stocks were added to trading activity, and just a couple of days ago the shares of the remaining companies were available to be traded. And starting this Thursday, March 31st, short selling will also become available, which basically means that the Moscow Stock Exchange will be finally fully operational. And by the way, if you like this bite-sized format of news reporting, you're more than welcome to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends or anywhere else you want. Thank you so much for your attention, stay safe and see you tomorrow.